Before we explore the profound structural shift that can transform your daily corporate job into foundation of your independent professional empire, I have exactly 3 critical questions for you to answer in the comments below. Number 1. Are you currently treating your 9-to-5 job as a permanent destination, unaware that you could be using your monthly salary as a venture capital funding to build your own professional sovereignty? Number 2. Do you realize there is a hidden proprietary framework inside your daily workflow, a system you created that is likely worth more to the global market than your annual bonus? Number 3. If traditional corporate roles continues to face inevitable obsolescence due to automation, do you have a structural plan to extract your expertise and build a parallel identity today before your paycheck stops? Let me know your answer. For those who are new to the channel, I'm Dr. HR. I approach the global labor and capital market as a structural algorithmic systems designed for optimization and growth. I hold a PhD in human resources, a master's from prestigious Tata Institute of Social Sciences, TISS in Mumbai, and a bachelor's in computer engineering. Operating here in Dubai since 2010, consulting for Tier 1 corporate entities, sovereign wealth funds, and apex tech founders across the Middle East and India, I observed firsthand how global talent creates remarkable leverage. The market rewards those who strategically engineer their independence. Your 9-to-5 isn't just a career, it is a venture capital fund that currently owns your best ideas. In 2026, corporate loyalty is a depreciating asset. Yet most people leave their greatest intellectual property at the office when they log out. Before I explain you to deconstruct your current role, expose the hidden systems you are already managing, and give you a practical real-world example of how to build independent equity while you are still employed, hit the subscribe button and press the notification bell. I post weekly videos showing you to navigate the global economy using clear, empowering engineering logic. You do not want to miss these insights. Stop being a utility for someone else's vision. Start engineering your exit. Grab a notebook. It is time to audit your professional equity. Phase 1. The provocative reality check, reframing the salary. We must first shift the fundamental way you view your employment contract. The traditional mindset teaches you to view your employer as a parent figure or a permanent safety net. You trade your time, your energy, and your intellectual property for a fixed monthly salary. When you accept this mindset, you unconsciously become a utility, a biological resource plugged into a corporate machine. To achieve a professional sovereignty, you must adopt the mindset of a startup founder. Think of your current employer not as your boss, but as your first institutional investor. Your 9-to-5 job is a venture capital fund. They are providing you with a seed capital, which is your salary, and access to a world-class infrastructure, data, and complex problems. When you reframe your salary as a venture funding, your entire relationship with your job changes. You are no longer working just to clear your inbox or impress a manager for a 5% raise. You are working to gather data, test hypotheses, and build structural framework that you will eventually own. In the modern economy, corporate loyalty is a depreciating asset. Companies are actively streamlining their workforces and integrating autonomous AI systems. If you wait for a corporate restructuring to realize that you do not own the system you built, you will be left with nothing but a polite reference letter. You must start treating your salary as a financial runaway required to build your own professional sovereignty. Phase 2. The hidden system framework, deconstructing your role. Inside your daily workflow, there is a proprietary framework that is entirely yours. Most professionals never see it because they are too focused on completing the immediate task. Let me make this easy to understand with a real-life example. Imagine you are a supply chain analyst for a mid-sized retail company. Every day, you use a combination of Excel, enterprise software, and your own intuition to predict inventory shortages before a major holiday. Over the last 2 years, you have developed a specific, repeatable sequence of steps, a logic tree that allows you to perfectly balance inventory and save your companies hundreds of thousands of dollars in lost sales. The company believed they are paying you to manage inventory. But what you have actually done is build a predictive routing algorithm. That sequence of logic is your hidden system. It is a proprietary framework. The mistake most professionals make is letting that system expire with their own company IP. When they leave the job, they leave the logic behind. To build independent professional equity, you must deconstruct your role and document your hidden systems. You must separate the company's confidential data from your intellectual methodology. You do not take the company's client list or their private financials. That is a theft. But you absolutely can and must extract the architectural logic of how you solve the problem. You document the step-by-step framework you created. You generalize it, so it can be applied to any company in the retail space. You have just transformed a daily core into an independent, marketable consulting asset. You have engineered a framework that is worth infinitely more than your annual bonus. Phase 3. The future-proof warning, building a parallel identity. Traditional roles are facing inevitable obsolescence. As enterprise AI becomes more sophisticated, the market is actively automating routine executions. However, your deep systemic expertise, your ability to design the framework that AI runs on, should never disappear when the paycheck stops. You must learn to extract these data-driven workflows from your corporate environment to build a parallel identity today. What is a parallel identity? It is a professional version of yourself that exists entirely outside of your corporate job title. If you log into LinkedIn and your headline says Senior Marketing Manager at Company X, you have zero parallel identity. Your identity is tethered to their brand. Your parallel identity should read Architect of AI-driven growth systems for e-com. Do not wait for a layoff to realize you have been building someone else's empire. While you are safely employed, collecting your venture funding, which is your salary, you must begin broadcasting your parallel identity to the market. Write detailed structural teardowns of industry problems. Publish case studies outlining your proprietary frameworks. Always use sanitized, non-confidential data. Establish your own digital footprint when you build a parallel identity. You create a soft landing pad. If your corporate role is automated or restructured tomorrow, you do not fall into an unemployment. You simply transition full-time into a sovereign entity you have already built. Phase 4. The ethical extraction protocol, real-life application. How do we actually execute this while balancing a demanding 9-to-5 job? You must deploy a structural ethical methodology to build your equity. Let's look at exactly how a corporate professional in Dubai executed this. A real-world example. Tariq is an IT operations lead for a major hospitality group in Dubai. His daily job involved resolving severe technical outages across 10 different hotels. He notices that 80% of the outages were caused by the same 3 recurring database errors. Over 6 months, Tariq built an automated ticketing and triage framework that reduced the system downtime by 40%. Instead of just accepting a pat on the back, Tariq engineered his exit. Step 1. Abstract the logic. Tariq removed all references to the hospitality group's specific software and confidential data. He documented the pure structural logic of his triage system. He created a beautiful visual flowchart and an implementation playbook. Step 2. Productize the knowledge. Tariq realized that this framework wasn't just useful for hotels, it was useful for any mid-size enterprise experiencing digital growing pains. He packaged his framework into a service called the Zero Downtime Architecture. Step 3. Test the market in the shadows while still working his 9-to-5. Tariq used his evenings to reach out to a boutique logistics and retail firms in UAE. He offered to consult for them on the weekend, implementing his exact framework to solve their IT downtime. Step 4. The sovereign transition between 8 months. Tariq has secured 3 monthly retainer clients for his consulting services. His weekend's income officially surpassed his corporate salary because he has already built the infrastructure, tested the market, and established his parallel identity. He handed in his resignation. He transitioned smoothly from an employee to a sovereign architect. He didn't jump off a cliff. He built a bridge while being funded by his corporate. Phase 5. The regional arbitrage, India-UAE strategic alignment. This strategy is highly effective globally. but it is exceptionally powerful in the rapidly accelerating economic corridors of the UAE and India. We must localize this approach to understand your specific regional advantage. The UAE Financial Shield funding the solo entity. If you are an expatriate professional working in Dubai or Abu Dhabi, you possess a massive strategic advantage: tax-free liquidity. The mistake most expats make is inflating their lifestyle to match their higher salaries, buying luxury cars and renting oversized apartments. They trap themselves in a golden handcuff. The sovereign architect uses the UAE's tax-free salary precisely as a seed capital. You live significantly below your means, channeling your corporate income into building a massive financial shield. You use your evenings in Dubai to establish a low-cost UAE free zone freelance permit. You leverage the high-velocity corporate project happening around you in the T33 economy to test your framework. Knowing that your high salary is a safety funding, you transition to independence. The Indian GCC abstraction from volume to value. In India, millions of brilliant professionals are working inside the Global Capability Centers, the GCCs, managing massive complex offshore workflows for Fortune 500 companies. The traditional path is to simply manage the workflow and hope for a promotion. The sovereign path is to recognize the sheer scale of the data you are handling. If you're managing a 500-person agile development cycle in Bangalore, you are sitting on a gold mine of process engineering knowledge. You must abstract the enterprise agile framework you use every day, package that knowledge, create a consulting offer designed to help mid-sized global startups structure their own developmental teams. You take the world-class systems you learned inside the GCC and sell them back to the global market as an independent consultant. You use your stable Indian corporate job as the ultimate training ground for your global solo enterprise. Phase 6. The architect of your own freedom. Look closely at the task you will perform at your desk tomorrow morning. You're not just answering emails or filing out spreadsheets. You're solving complex problems. You're designing systems. You're creating intellectual property that is quietly increasing the valuation of your employers. It is a beautiful thing to do great work for your employer, but it is a strategic necessity to ensure that the expertise you develop remains your property when the engagement ends. The 2026 economy offers unparalleled freedom to those who take ownership of their logic, their framework, and their professional identity. Stop viewing your 9-to-5 as a permanent cage. View it as an incubator. Deconstruct your role, identify your system, abstract your methodology into proprietary framework, build your parallel identity in the digital space, and use your salary to fund the sovereign professional entity you destined. Process the data, design your exit, and I will see you at the top.